With English being such a widely spoken language around the world, one can assume that many non-English speaking countries might have made a point of mastering this language, right? Today, you'll discover 13 countries that have really excelled at it. So, are you curious to know who the best speakers of English in the world are? Oh, but just to clear things off before we start the video. This list is not based upon my opinion. It's based on an online test called the English Proficiency Index from EF, which analyzed several factors to assess the English level of 112 countries. Okay, now let's dive into today's ranking. Starting with number 13, Luxembourg. This tiny yet charming country located right at the heart of Europe is multicultural and multilingual. Yes, multilingual. Trilingual to be specific. Their three official languages are French, German, and Luxembourgish. I've never visited this country and I'm just so curious to understand how people know in which language they should speak to one another. And alongside these three languages comes the English language, in which they are highly proficient at. In 12th position comes a country that is 471 times bigger than Luxembourg. No lies, we're talking about South Africa. If South Africa is that much bigger than Luxembourg, so is the number of existing languages in this country. South Africa has an impressive total of 35 languages, of which only 10 are official. And of course, English is one of them, although less than 10% of the population speak it as their first language. I need to travel more. Next country on the list is Germany. The Germans, with their industrial efficiency, have always had a firm grip of the English language. As German businesses are dominating the European market, the pressure on professionals to speak English to a proficient level is higher than ever. And of course, an advantage that Germans have is that their language and English both have Germaning roots.
Bruder, brother. Freund, friend. House, house.
You've got to admit, that's super helpful. We have Croatia in 10th position. One of the reasons why Croatians speak remarkable English is because for more than 60 years now, English has been taught in school from the first grade. I couldn't remember what Croatian sounded like speaking in English, therefore I searched it up and this is what I found.
Well, first of all, good morning, Britain. Good morning to you all. And I must tell you, yes, there are moments in our careers when we have to be, I won't say like robots, but we're not allowed to show feelings or emotions when we negotiate difficult treaties, etc.
Flawless. Okay, Kolinda is the ex-president of Croatia, so she's probably had lots of English private lessons and stuff, but still, flawless. I'm pairing up the next two countries on the list simply because they are neighbors. We have Finland in 9th position and Sweden in 8th. It's well known that Scandinavian countries are brilliant at English, thanks to their great education system that teaches English from a very young age. There's something else that makes a remarkable influence, and that's the audiovisual content that is not dubbed. Movies, TV shows, series, and whatever media content you can think of is showcased in its original language, usually English. Imagine how weird it'd be to watch Stranger Things or Family Guy in Swedish or Finnish. In 7th position is Portugal. I've lived in Portugal for a while and I remember how warm Portuguese people are and they love to speak English and they do it really well. I went to the cinema once in Lisbon and I was gobsmacked. Most of the movies were shown in English. Pretty cool. Belgium did really well on the test and was placed in 6th position. Now we are down to the top 5. At number 5, we have another Scandinavian country, Norway. This beautiful Nordic country is well known to have the best educational system in the world. So we understand how it made its place amongst the top 5. Next country on the list is the only one besides South Africa not belonging to Europe. Singapore used to be a British colony until 1967, and English is still part of their daily life. And it's taught at school, including subjects like maths, physics, and history. And finally, here are the top 3 countries. In 3rd position, Denmark. In 2nd position, Austria. And in 1st position, the Netherlands. Congratulations, guys. What did you think of this list? Do you agree with this classification? I thought the Philippines would show up somewhere in this ranking. Are there any countries that you think should or shouldn't be in this list? Drop me a comment below and let me know. See you next time. Bye!
If you learned something new from this video, give it a thumbs up. Then, hit subscribe and turn on your notifications. Have a look around our channel for more hacks and tips. And if you're watching on another social media platform, like or follow our page. See you next time.